Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is MW5 Gaming, and we are back with kind of another experiment. So, if you recall, very, very recently, because hopefully I will edit this video and put it very, very recently to the videos that are going to go up about it, I ran a Beachhead mission for the Bring Her Home campaign series and got kind of stomped twice in a row. Now, to be fair, we did beat it the second time, and we weren't far off the first time either, but I had a theory after those two playthroughs that beachhead missions with assault mechs is much more difficult than it is with lighter mechs because they're just not fast enough to get out of the artillery zone, right? It drops this. It's essentially just like, say, Warhammer 40K used to be, or a number of other games where you drop a template on the table, right? And you got to get out of the template before it goes off, right? Well, that's what happens. And the problem is assault mechs are not fast enough to move out of that space. And even if you're towards the edge, it dropped them in essentially two waves. So the first couple come down, you rotate to get out of the one the easiest, and then it puts a bunch more in front of you. So there's just nowhere you can go. So I think, well, my thought, my plan, my thesis is that if you run a slightly faster mech, you'll be able to get out of those. Now, I think looking at how much damage my lance mates were taking, that the artillery strikes essentially just key in on the location of you, of the player, the lance leader, not your lance mates. Now, it'd be interesting to try this in multiplayer and have everybody just spread out and see where the actual artillery falls. And my hands are way off the screen. I can see them on the camera, but not after we edit down for the green screen. But I don't have friends. That's not true. I probably could make that happen if I really wanted to. But I think for this test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run that exact same mission again, but I'm going to run it with I think I'm going to use our dervish, because we're just have the missions, the characters that we have, the mechs we had for that point. And I think I'm going to run the dervish, put everybody else in big, heavy, slow mechs. And the idea is I'm going to run out in front of them. And so hopefully I'll be far enough in front of them that they won't even have to avoid this stuff, that it's going to be out of their way completely. And I will be able to kind of just duck and weave and get through them. The dervish is an LR mech. It doesn't have to face hug anybody. I can sit back and still provide reasonable DPS without having to face hug a big mech that those guys are going to have to kill. And I can stay out on the fringes of fights, and if there is artillery, hopefully it won't go after them. So that's my plan. Now, I have made a few changes. I've made some mods, added some mods to the game, and we are going to add some mods to our regular campaign playthrough as well. I'm kind of waiting for Merc Tech to get finished, and we can do a Merc Tech playthrough, and when Merc Tech is done, the developer is going to run back and start working on Pirate Tech, which is kind of a more kind of a crazier one, more based on something like a Rogue Tech playthrough for Battletech, if you played that, which I actually had mods in Rogue Tech for a little while. I don't know if I still do or not. But yeah, those are my long-term plans. But there's a bug within MechWarrior right now that's causing problems, I guess, with custom assets. And so until that gets fixed, the ways forward are kind of hacky, you know? So we'll see. Anyway, the mods we're going to run today are Mission Trails Galore, Volatile. Obviously, Missile Trails Galore adds more trails to the missiles. Volatile means more things blow up, and they blow up bigger. Smooth Laser is just going to give us a cooler laser effect, more of a Star Wars effect, I'm told. We'll see. I haven't looked at these yet. And Alternate Player Portrait just changes the portrait of our character itself. Now, the neat thing is that if you download this mod with one of these characters, he's done all the work for you, and the actual portrait's just a PNG, so you could substitute that PNG to anything you wanted, I guess, as long... You may not even need to make the name the same, but I would put in a different PNG and, well, whatever PNG you want, and just make the name the same as you used for the download from this. So I got all these off of Nexus Mods. I'm thinking I've got a helicopter helmet with a Japanese kind of kabuki mask type of thing in front of it, which fits in fairly well with the look of some of the other mechs, or some of the other pilots, and especially some of the Kurita ones. So I might try to do a picture of me in the helmet and mask and input that. But for today, we're just going to try this one and see how it works. Coyote Mission is what I'm really excited about. This adds different mission types. However, I don't want to have that somehow tweak the mission we're going to run today. So while we will turn that on for our campaign playthrough, we will not turn it on for today. So I'm going to have to do a quick restart and we'll be back into the game. All right. After many attempts were made, it turns out I don't actually have an autosave that goes back to the planet of Ramen. And my manual saves, I haven't apparently done one recently. I was apparently relying on the autosaves at the end because it saves every time you jump into a mission, every time you jump into a system, every time you start a mission, and I think every time you complete a mission, something like that. And so I thought I could just hop back into those, but I've played just a tiny bit too much. I'm probably one planet away from where I needed to be for that. So, got a little cut in the cable on here. I can feel it. So what I've done is I've tried to recreate it as a instant action mission. So now in the game, in the campaign, it actually says it's a defense mission, but it's clearly not. It's a beachhead mission. So we've done beachhead. Theme, I don't know what the theme was supposed to be on that one. I'm just going to leave it as any. In the heavy dust, we couldn't see enough to know one way or the other. The faction was against independence. I've made it medium. It might have been a large, but in the interest of time, maybe we'll make it a medium. We'll see how that goes. It was Lush Cannon. It was Dawn, actually. It was heavy dust. I have decided that I just hate playing in that. I don't think it's going to affect gameplay at all. So I'm going to go, well, I mean, it affects the look of the gameplay, whether it affects... It probably affects manual targeting, but we're going to be running an LRM mech, so it's not going to affect our gameplay. So I'm going to leave it like that. Turn off airstrike support. We didn't have any for it. So I think this is more or less what we have. It was a difficulty 70 with a tonnage limit of 315, so we'll see if that works. I'm going to hit confirm. I hit space, but it clearly didn't confirm. It did something else. This gives us a tonnage of 310. I don't think we were at it before, so interesting that the tonnage limit for that mission, maybe because it's a scripted campaign mission, means that they can make it slightly different. But it was a difficulty 70. Now, we are not going to take an Atlas. We are going to take a Dervish, because that's what we said we were going to take, and it's what I had, and I believe, that's a pretty badass one. But we'll take, I think we have a D, and we took the SRM2s off of it, so we might edit it. And I'll do that really quickly. Take off that and that. Max armor. Now, I am actually going to run a slightly more balanced... I'm going to run a slightly more balanced armor loadout for a beachhead, because the explosions hit all around your mech, right? They don't target the front or the back. They hit randomly across the mech. And so for beachheads, I think if artillery is your biggest issue, you're much better off with a more balanced armor approach than you normally do with kind of your standard face hugger, you know, everything on the front type of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take about 10 off of here. Maybe not quite 10, maybe 8. And because I will still get shot in the front more often than I will get shot in the back, I'm hoping. But as far as the artillery goes, I think that's going to be good. So that leaves us max armor. We've got LRM-10s. We've got a ferret. We don't need streak ammo. I think I ran LRM-15s, didn't I? Isn't that what I did? So I'm going to go here. And I'm just going to put some LRM-15s in. What does that do for our tonnage? We're a little bit over, but I think we ran 3 jump jets. That gets us close. And anything else I want to do? Do I need 3? Probably. This is a big mission. I don't remember how many I ran before. Short burst still just weigh 1, right? Yeah. I don't remember what I ran on our other one, honestly. But we'll leave it like that, and then I'm just going to kind of strip off a little bit of armor here and there where I think I can get away with it. Maybe we'll go down to like 32 on the arms. Maybe 45 on the legs. And we'll take 1 off the head. 2 off the head. I guess we can't quite... Seems odd. but that's what we'll go with. All right, so let's apply that. So amongst our other groups, we're going to go an Annihilator because that's what we have, and we want the LB-10X because that's what we had, and we want an Atlas because we have a D. Let's throw that in there. That puts us at 255. So we have an extra 55 tons to throw somewhere else. And I don't remember what else we took, honestly. Give me just a second to go back and look at the mission and see what other mech we took. All right, so this is essentially what we took. We took an Atlas 7D, we took a Stalker 3F. I've gone ahead and modified it to be a little more similar to ours with 4 SRM6s and the 2 large lasers, 4 medium lasers, and a Rifleman 3N with 2 PPCs and 2 medium lasers. So this is essentially, it's not exact, but it's close. Now, in the game, we were essentially going in under a Kurita, so I've taken a Kurita paint job, except I've changed it to more of the Miami Dolphin colors. It just kind of happened that way, but, you know, I think that's what we're going to do. So we are ready to ready up, and we will hop in and see how this works.
That's as close as I can get you without getting shot down. Our employer's invasion force stands ready to invade once we've gained control over the air defenses of this region. Head to the targeted garrison, defeat any forces you encounter, and capture the installation. I'll be waiting nearby to pick you up. Destroy the radar dishes directing the anti-aircraft fire. Once they've gone, our employer promises to land a few extra units to help you out.
We've unidentified bottlenecks on screen. Assume they're hostile and engage.
Scratch that one.
All right, so my goal here really is to let them handle most of this stuff. I'm going to kind of just try to stay ahead of everybody. When we have artillery, it'll do what it does. These guys can just walk through afterwards and kind of mop things up. I'm not going to attempt to do that. In fact, if anything, I'm going to attempt to get out of the way of stuff and use cover to protect me. I saw they were shooting at him, so I'm not going to worry about him. There we go. Where next? Looks like there's artillery over here. Oops, I need to keep moving. I need to be fast. I haven't seen artillery target me yet, which is a little bit troubling. You can definitely die. We step on stuff when we can.
Jump jet fuel low. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Well, this isn't going to be a very good, accurate representation of what we wanted to do if we don't get some
Got another one. Enemy radar dish destroyed.
Okay.
Target acquired.
Okay.
I got it.
Target acquired.
Where do we need to go next? Looks like we've got something over here.
Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
Yeah, we're not going to worry too much about that this mission. Oh, I didn't mean to make those that. I wanted to make this that.
That's the last radar installation on the list. Objective complete. The relay system is disabled. Friendly dropships are en route.
Okay.
My kill.
I have to spend a little bit of time here.
Facility. Wipe out their defenses.
Okay, so now we're doing that. I wish we had seen artillery so far.
Additional friendlies are entering the combat zone.
Alpha 1-1, this is Whiskey 6-1. Thanks for clearing out that AA installation. Heard you could use a little backup. We're on our way in. Stand by 2 mics. Whiskey 6-1, out.
Yeah, this is not going enough like what I wanted it to. I haven't seen the artillery yet.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
We just need a mission with artillery, though.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty. Target destroyed. New target hunchback.
Oh, somebody headshot him. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get another headshot in on him.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Not sure I'm gonna get a missile shot on him. Not sure it's gonna matter.
Target destroyed.
It does not.
All forces in the area converge and eliminate.
Are we in the circle? I think we're in the circle.
Local defenses. We can get on with the capture. Stay close and keep the base clear of hostiles. We've made a wee impression on these folk. Enemy aircraft inbound. They know what we're up to, and they're going to want to stop this invasion before it starts. Hold this position.
Oh, there's our artillery. Of course, everybody's here in the middle, so it's gonna be difficult to spread out.
Confirming new objective. Destroy all remaining enemy artillery. Yes, there was more enemy artillery than we thought.
Well, there wasn't any initially. Was that a bug? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go after artillery. We know we've got some here. I'm going to see if I am fast enough to avoid all this stuff. And I appear to be at the moment.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
And while we're moving towards it, we will attempt to shoot some of this other stuff.
Target destroyed.
We're definitely fast enough to stay out of the artillery at this point. Did we not hit any of that? Oh, he's probably not actually popped out at the moment. Where did that artillery go? Oh, there it is. It isn't consistent when when it shows up on your map or not. There we go. Just step on him. Ah, there they are. There they are. I see them. Oh, whoo! I thought we were gonna float in the air long enough to end up and down in that first one,
Unidentified mechs in the area.
but we did not. Oh. Oh, I think I avoided that, even though it did come in and give me the,
Artillery emplacement destroyed.
Alright.
Tango down.
I just drifted into that one I saw. Okay, I avoided that one. Alright, 2 more artilleries.
That's one set done.
Target commander.
I'm gonna loot all these guys back into my friends here.
Focus engagement on Leech target.
Acquired.
While I kind of work my way back this way. And I'll kind of just help out where I can. Oh, oh, oh. Avoid that. Avoid that. There we go.
Target acquired.
Where are the... There they are. They're over here. Are they dropping more dudes on us? Yes. Oops.
New target Panther.
All right. I noticed the artillery guns have come off my screen again. There they are. All right, we're gonna duck down in here. Try to avoid the PP, the direct fire of that. Oh, we didn't avoid all of that. We took some of it.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
No, sorry, I can't quite do that. All right, we're down on back armor.
Target destroyed.
And again, I've lost the artillery pieces. Oh, that's gonna be bad. Where are the artillery pieces? Are they not there anymore? Oh, they're there. They show up here. They're just not showing. They weren't showing up on my map. They weren't showing up on the battle map. That's a little annoying. But that's okay. We found them. I would say that's got to be a bug. Can we just dumbfire some missiles on them? Do missiles not affect them?
Artillery garrison destroyed.
Oh, turret. I'll worry about that later. I just walked through it. That didn't destroy it? Okay.
They've gotten organized. Expect
There we go.
attack very soon.
All right, so
That's it for the artillery.
I would say something that moves a little faster is definitely a benefit, especially if you got something that jumps.
To the treasure to pick it
Now,
up.
if you had something like, I need to get out of here.
Are being deployed near you.
Oh, we got our capture, 100% capture. Okay. So now it's just a matter of,
Target rifleman.
Wilco, focusing fire.
let's take care of some of this DPS. We know riflemen don't have the most armor stock. Oh, that Atlas doesn't like me.
Target mech eliminated.
I'm on the edge of the map. I can't escape that way. Let's just make him disappear. Be critical, so we're just gonna run, but we can't put our back to him because we don't have any back armor. He hits us with that AC-20, we are toast. However, if he keeps following me, should be out of AC-20 range now.
Right leg disabled.
Hop up.
Critical. Target
Tango eliminated.
near target Orion.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Component lost.
He's just about done.
Tango eliminated.
Requested target ID received. Engaging.
And we're just about done with this one.
That does it. Invasion troops and vehicles are
Woo.
on the way in. Stay on location until you're relieved.
All right, well,
All stations, this is Sierra 1-1. Be advised, we've just completed a re-entry. Lights are green. Dropships can now land. Sierra 1-1 out.
I'm not sure we came out of this significantly healthier than we did before. I'll be honest. My rifleman got pretty beat up. The rifleman was just fast enough to actually hang with me for the most part. We saw there when we made the turn after those last two artillery that he was right on top of us. That might be part of it. It might just be because he was left there all by his lonesome. and this is my actual guess, to deal with that. You know, there were 2 riflemen and an Atlas there at the end that dropped on that final deal. And because he was a little bit faster, he was the only one there to take the heat. So I would say that's the problem. I think if you're going to try this technique, you probably want all 3 of your other mechs to be about the same speed and preferably slower than you. So if we're doing like a 400 difficulty one, you know, you want, you know, Annies or Atlases, you want kind of 48 and below. So they still stick together, but they just don't stick to you. That's the idea. Otherwise, I think you're fine. And like I said, a Dervish clearly has the damage to contribute in even in an assault mech type of style difficulty. We did 1,000 damage. The Atlas did 700 Stalker, 743 Rifleman, 432. That's about, I think, what you would expect. So yeah, I'm reasonably happy with the way that worked. Now, you could also do it a little differently. If you want to spend a little bit more time micromanaging, you could say squad go here, squad go here, squad go here, and keep them together in areas as you move through, just maybe off to the side or something like that from you. I don't know how much freedom that's going to give them to try to avoid strikes as they come through, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think they probably actively have tried to avoid them anyway. I think they move where they're moving, but I couldn't be sure about that. So it is what it is. I think the fun way to test this is to go into one of these missions multiplayer and see if you can just get people to spread out and see where the artillery goes. I think that's the easiest way. Now, if we would have started out this mission with artillery, rather than had it in the end, maybe what I would have done is I would have just sent them off to the side, squad go here, I would have sat in one place and we would have looked to see where the artillery landed. You know, they don't have to be a long ways away from us to see kind of who it clusters around. But we didn't get it towards the end, and we just had a little too much going on for me to think about it then. But that is my quick experiment. I think probably it worked just fine. I would say still that artillery tends to focus on the player. And so if you can maintain separation between yourself and your squad, whether that be through speed or through squad directions, they're going to take less. And if you need to take something fast enough to get out of it on your own. It doesn't have to be the Dervish. Dervish was clearly more than fast enough to get out of most of those. There were a couple where I turned slightly different or thought I was out of one, but I wasn't. You might be able to do it with the rifleman, to be honest. You know, let's confirm that and see what the speed is. Oh, I guess we could have just looked there. Speed is 64. 48, 48, 81. So yeah, 64 might be good enough. You may not have to go down super slow. Something like a Victor, maybe. Let's go assault. Kind of get an idea. We know Annies aren't fast enough. We know Atlases aren't fast enough. Awesomes, 48, 48. Battle Masters are 64. So Battle Master might be a good one for that one. Banshee's also 64. So there's some big mechs that can move. Charger. Cyclops is 2. No, Cyclops is 64 as well. So it looks like there's plenty of heavy mechs that you could use that for. 48. Crab is also 48. Hatamoto, 64. Mauler's 48. Victor is 64. Zeus is 64. So yeah, there's definitely some mechs. I would say go with an assault mech that can go 64. And you'll probably be much better off on these types of mechs. Now, when the game lies to you and tells you it's a defense mission and it's actually a beachhead mission with 2 rounds of artillery instead of 1, well, there's not much you can do about that. But that might just be a bug. You know, just somebody typed it in wrong. It's a scripted mission. It may, you know, at least they gave us something. Normally it just says campaign. So, you know, it's hard to say. But anyway, that's my quick experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.